the master planning process at the zoos related to water management. I'm drawing on my experience as a zoo director and my career as a zoo designer, and lately my experience of being part of Life for Zoo project at Zoo Implements. Make this come on. Yeah.
No.
I would like to start with basic definitions. Yeah, the next page.
Sorry, because
Now, for the purpose of this presentation, when I talk master plan, I'm talking about a map, a drawing that basically translates a strategic plan, which is a written word that defines what the zoo wants to do. And also there's a difference. A strategic plan, that's the words, that's the text, that's the definitions. Strategic plan is the map that's starting to create the physical environment of the zoo. If we have this. Meeting the challenges of the future, which was in the subtitles, as defined by World Zoo Association, sounds like this. Zoos will become powerful conservation organizations that are part of a mapping and coordinating movement to save species. The purpose of zoos is to save species. I will not have enough time. So to do this massive goal to achieve this challenge, zoos as institutions must survive themselves. Must survive challenges such as increased animal welfare standards. Yeah, with reference to Petra's presentations, animals do need water, and they need to basically much more water than we are giving them now, in order to live their natural life. If I quote Petra. Also, we have increased expectation of visitors of the environment of the zoo. The environment must be very natural, very pleasant. That there's lots of botany going on that requires lots of water. Visitors expect water features. Visitors expect pleasant microclimate created by water in the summer and the winter. The condition of river zoo, they expect to see the frozen water, the ice, the snow, the particles, all of that. As well as we are faced with the challenges of the climate change that makes the demand for water volatile. So water will be a big issue as we go on. But first, why does a zoo need a master plan? Every zoo is unique, yet we are all related in that we all depend on external sources of finances most of all, because for the most part, zoos are not able to make enough money for themselves. Plus, their goal is not really to make money for themselves. The goal is to offer their expertise and support programs that help save wild animals and wild environments. So therefore, we always depend on somebody's opinion. The societal, political, legislative, and natural environments constantly changes. It's really hard to predict, it's really hard to manage. And the only way how to deal with this is to have internally really strongly set your values, your goals and priorities, and communicate this very clearly to the public, which really much consists of creating your strategy and your master plan that helps you communicate. This is what we are going to do. We know why we are. So when I'm explaining the need for a master plan or a roadmap, how to achieve the new zoo, I like to quote Alice in Wonderland, book by Lewis. Would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here? Asked Alice. That depends a good deal on where do you want to get, said the cat. I don't much care where, said Alice. Then it doesn't matter which way you go, said the cat. So if you don't know where you are going, you don't need a plan. But that's not the case of zoos. We have a huge goal in front of us, saving of species, and we do need a road plan for this journey. And we don't want to be backed along the way with water management issues that can pop up at us random and accidentally next us. So a few recommendations I like to give when I'm talking about master plan. It is necessary to do strategic planning. Excellent. Your unique future is already defining the natural and cultural heritage of your site. The result of your site analysis is both influenced by your previously defined strategic goal, as well as it is contributing to their creation. So it's a circular relationship between strategic plan and your site analysis that the view master plan. Just click through. I will not go through them. There are a few more, but they're not related to our talk. Click, please. So how does the thing about the site analysis works? Whether a given quality of the site is a constraint, opportunity, weakness, or strength depends greatly on the goal defining the master plan. For example, a historic building that is currently defined as a weakness can be a constraint if the goal is to achieve natural character of the site without the buildings. In that case, the building is a problem. But it can become opportunity if we find a new use for it. It can even become a strength if the goal defining your strategic goals is to honor historic character of site. So there is basically any issue you find, there is not a constant place for it. It can be moved interchangeably along basically all these four categories, depends how you look at it. Next, please. Great example is this at first sight a constraint, a very hot, dry desert climate where rarely rains, where definitely can be constrained when you are considering a traditional zoo. But it could be a great benefit if you rethink your strategic objectives and say, okay, I got lemons, I got desert, I'll be focusing on a zoo that presents desert species, making lemonade. The almost no rain condition actually allows for experiments and innovative habitat features, materials, and creative enrichment that would normally be destroyed by rain and other similar weather patterns. So it quickly becomes next from opportunity a strength, just like they did it in Living Desert Museum in Powell Spring, where they created a unique zoo that is quite popular between visitors because it's a unique place that presents unique collection of desert animals in authentic environments with desert botany and exposed desert landscape. Other zoos would have to put sometimes even millions of euros in creating such. Here, everything is. So we need to work with it. For example, this beautiful giraffe exhibit that looks like a never-ending landscape has actually a moat behind these little hills. But actually, what's interesting about it is the little hills. We very rarely see held in giraffe exhibits because giraffes are actually very wobbly walkers, and especially when it's wet, they have tendency to fall, and a fall in giraffe could be a very serious injury, leading even to death. So basically, zoos usually evaluate we cannot have hills, we will not put it there in a place where it never rains, or 2 millimeters every 4 years. It's not a problem, and we can have it on a hills in the landscape. Similarly, the future possible lack of potable water. At first, it appears as a constraint. Considering a traditional zoo, it is a problem. Right? But it can be an opportunity if we revisit strategic planning. Okay? It could define zoo that focuses on climate change responses, either directly, or if a climate change is not popular in your region or within the political system, on adaptation of animals and landscape, and that demonstrates restorative care of its own environments, which I think is a very interesting theme. And it could quickly become your strength. You will create a zoo with unique character of climate adaptive habitats and present water conserving and recycling strategies in landscape. Through that, you can be presenting unique collection of animals and plants and find lots of interesting stories to tell. In that way, you can be different. From the visitor's point of view, from the attraction point of view, every zoo should be a little bit different. So it's not like you visit one zoo, you see them all, every offers something else. That's why we're trying to be a little bit different. You can become a recognized leader, for example, through prototyping and testing nature-based solutions that benefit your animals, perhaps now, but in the future, those technologies can be adapted for use of people as well. Yeah. Or you don't pay attention to it, and not including water management in your master planning, that gets high cost second thought solution that might prevent your organization from reaching your purpose. The strength of any zoo, as I said already, is its uniqueness. That's what we are looking for. The water management strategy addresses water management master plan could be a powerful forming principle of your unique future. Or the opposite, not creating a solid water management strategy in your organization master plan could result in many partial solutions brought up while solving individual exhibits, or even worse, in the water emergencies, and could be a constant load on zoo resources, ultimately slowing you down or even preventing your zoo from feeling its goal. Okay. So there are more steps in creating a master plans that I would love to talk to, but we don't have time. So next one. This is my final slide. This is a quote that I really like by William Conway. The best exhibit are not only cognitive tools, but also powerful aesthetic experience, almost magically connecting the municipal, basically the city visitors, with the beauty of nature. I'd like to add beauty of nature, the beauty of life, and just like Petra said, without water, there is no life.